Well, following the federal government's unveiling of a new technical and vocational education and training TVET initiative to empower young Nigerians with skills and starter packs, a significant non-governmental organization, Young Africa International, has joined the crucial effort with the launch of its ambitious Youth Employability Booster project, with substantial backing of around $7 million in funding from international donors. This significant investment is set to make a tangible difference in the lives of 18,300 vulnerable Nigerian youth aged 18 to 35, according to the organization. A key focus of the initiative is inclusivity, with a target of 75% young women among the beneficiaries and dedicated 5% allocation for young persons with disabilities. All right, we have in the studio Adedotun Esan, who is the project coordinator, Young Africa. Glad to have you join us, Adedotun.
Thank you.
Well, let me start it this way. How is TVET different from Overskills Acquisition Program? What is the, should I say, the selling point for this?
So, first thing, the selling point for TVET is we're focusing on 70% practical,
okay,
and 30% theory. So we know there's been a lot of trainings that happen where people get a lot of theoretical knowledge, but they don't have hands-on. And then when they go to the market, they don't have the market relevant skill to work in that. So they have it in paper, but they don't have it. So technical vocational skill is particular about you having a hands-on on that particular skill. So I think that's the shift around TVET. And then we know that we have a lot of graduates that they go to the marketplace. They are very employable on paper, but then to do the work, it's difficult. So that's the...
If I'm watching you on television at home, how do I get into this program?
Okay, so I'll just give a quick brief about the project. So the Youth Employability Booster Project is targeting young persons, 18 to 35 Nigerians. And like has been mentioned, 75% of this target group are young women. So young women, given the fact that we understand the disparities that happen across gender.
So 75% women, and then you're doing 25% men?
So let's say 75%
Inclusivity.
Young women, and then 5% young persons with disabilities.
Yeah.
We understand all of the issues around disenfranchising young persons with disabilities and women.
Yeah.
So, and we are implementing through two very beautiful models, I'll say. So Young Africa International has been implementing these models for over 26 years in Zimbabwe. Okay. So we are trying to replicate here. So it's a mobile training and a franchise business model. So we're working with TVET centers where young persons will be trained in the community. So market relevant skills, which based on our assessment, baseline assessment, market needs and assessment, we've come up with a series of skills that they will be learning across digital skills, agro-processing, catering, fashion, green skills around renewable energy, and all, and I think one more. So we're going to be training in the community. The idea is that many young persons in the communities, because we're targeting vulnerable Nigerian youths.
Sorry, you're targeting?
Vulnerable Nigerian youths. Okay. So we see that there's a lot of access issue, affordability. So we're trying to go to the communities where they are, and they get the skills between 3 to 6 months. And then there's a post-graduation support that we also give, so that they're not just getting the skill, but they're also employable. And they have two tracks. Either they're getting wage employment or they are starting up their own businesses. So any young Nigeria, right now we're implementing Abuja, Lagos, Anambra, Ondo states, through its event center that is managed by John Bosco. So any young person that is in these states for now, they can get engaged. Once they meet the criteria of being vulnerable, we have a set of criteria that we use to select them, and they should be between the ages of 18 and 35. Yes.
What motivated the introduction into this program of $7 million?
Okay, so...
And how is it going to be used for this set of people?
Okay, so the funding is for the provision of the skills. So we know that getting vocational skills are expensive, and our target groups are already vulnerable, they can't afford it.
Okay.
So the funding will be going to that to ensure that we pay for these trainings for them, and also for the post-graduation support. That's where the funding will be going for.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, that's interesting. What happens to those who are graduates after the program? Will there be opportunities? I think you've talked about it.
Yes.
Maybe you talk about it more.
Yes. So we're not just training them and leaving them. Like we say, the whole impact we want to ensure is that these Nigerian youth are moving from zero to being economically empowered, dignified and fulfilling work. So either they are getting employed or they're starting. So we're not just leaving them at the point of training. We're going to have post-graduation support for them to decide on the tracks that they will be employing. And
so like you said, 3 states for now?
4.
4 with the F, is it with the
FCT? Including
4?
Yes, including the FCT.
What's the... What are you looking at? When are you looking at extending? Because I'm sure you want to go to all the states. They really there. So why 4? Now that's what you can contain.
Yes.
And what are you looking at extending?
So for the funding that we have, we cannot go through the country, but we are also hoping that with support from government, from all the partners, we're able to expand this to other states. But for now, for this particular project, we're going to be limiting to these 4 states. We can still move around, because the plan is we're not just training, we're also going to learn and disseminate this model across TVET centers that are interested across the country.
Okay.
So those are the options that are available, but we are not restricted to these 4 states. But for now, let's see how it works. Like I said, the models have been implemented for over 26 years in Zimbabwe. We are trying to replicate it. So there's a lot of learnings and adaptations that will happen. So yes, we are open to go around the country once we get more support.
And Zimbabwe is getting involved, because I mean, for 26 years there will be something you could begin to call expats. They have the experience.
So Young Africa International's head office is in Zimbabwe.
Okay.
So we're just starting in Nigeria. So yes, we have our learnings and we're going to be picking things, but we have to also adapt to what is
Nigerian system.
Yeah, exactly.
Here.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Adedotu Esan, Project Coordinator, Young Africa, for being on Arise.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right.